and let's start. So in previous class, people have done with interview techniques, some do's and don'ts people were just trying to see. So we'll continue. I will share the screen. Okay, fine. So now someone just reply me if my voice is audible to you clearly as well as the screen is visible. So is it audible and visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So let's try to think that I think that we have seen this, that we have to avoid controversial topics, the topics which may create problems for two sides. And these two sides may be trying to prove which is superior. It can be about religion, which religion is better. It can be about male or female. It can be about something like this. So you have to avoid such controversial topics when you people are facing interview. And if you are asked about any question about this controversial topics, you need to find out mean. You shouldn't take that this is better or this is better. You can just point out that both things are equally important, like men or women, something like this. Then don't ever lie, answer questions truthfully, frankly, and succinctly. That is again very important. If you don't know answer, admit it, sir, I don't know the answer, I will try to find out. But before that, you need to prepare a lot so that maximum questions you people are going to answer. And there can be one or two questions or three also that you could not answer, and that is okay. Maybe it is not necessary. If you know, you have to tell answers, but if you don't know one or two questions, you people may say, sir, I really don't know answer of this question and I will find it out. Don't say anything negative about former colleagues, supervisors, and employers also, because they will come to know if you're talking negative about your previous employers or supervisors, colleagues, or college, etc. Then when you are going to leave this organization, that time you are going to talk negative about this organization as well. So avoid this as well. And then don't answer any question in simple yes or in simple no. Try to explain wherever it is possible. Add one sentence additional extra phrase. Describe those things about yourself that showcase your talents, skills, and determination. Okay, so whatever you are good in, if you're not bringing these things, your talent, skills, and determination in your answers, what will happen that the interviewer will ask you a lot of difficult questions that may not be related to your talent, skills, and determination. So that will be difficult for you. So if you're trying to bring your knowledge, your skills, your, let's say, determination or talents or achievements here, in that case it will be easier for you to answer each question. So therefore try to bring those things in your answers. Give examples also, that if you're talking about leadership quality, or if you're talking about any other skills, or any other let's say your talents, try to give examples that you people have done this in your previous days. So that much we people have done so far. So let's try to continue with another slide. And on another slide, again it is about don'ts. It means that you people have to shouldn't do these things in your interview. So let's try to understand again what you people are expected to not to do in your interview. Are you getting any external noise, background noise from my? I think you are not getting any external noise. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So let's try to understand that don't inquire about salary, vacations, bonuses, retirement, or other benefits until you have received an offer. So what does it mean? Let's say that is your first interview, and in your first interview, you are just got, or you thought that now you are going to get selected. because you think that your interview is positive, lot of questions you have answered, and you satisfied the interviewers, and in that case now there is possibility that you may get selected. And so you may start asking, sir, how much salary will I get? You start asking, sir, how many vacations will I get? How many leaves I will get? Sir, how much bonus will I get at the time of Diwali? Sir, when will I retire in this company? Or you're asking other benefits also about provident funds, or let's say any insurance, mediclaim, etc. You're asking about this. So will it be okay to ask such things in the first meeting itself, in the first interview itself? No, it is not okay. You shouldn't ask these things. But these are important. You should know how much salary you are going to get. You know how much leaves you are going to get, vacations will be there, bonuses and retirement, all those things you should know. It is your right to know all those things, but you shouldn't ask them in a first interview. If you received an offer, let's say that your interview is over, and then you got email that you got selected into this organization, and you have been called for, let's say, there may be training, or there can be another round of HR round. After getting selected, they may just have induction program for you. So at that time you can ask, sir, how much salary, vacations, leaves, etc., or bonuses, everything about that, or whatever questions are there in your mind about the company and your benefits and the salary and everything, you can ask them at that time, but not in the first interview. In fact, if you receive a job offer letter, in that job offer letter everything is mentioned, that how much salary you are going to get and how much you are going to just have other advantages, leaves, insurance, mediclaim, and all other advantages, everything is mentioned in that job offer letter. And additionally, if you have questions, you can feel free to ask to the HR or the people, or to the or senior or manager who is there. You can ask them, sir, I wanted to know more about these things, and they will explain you. But in first time in the interview, don't inquire anything about these things. Then we'll see that don't bring up or discuss personal issues or family problems. So what does it mean again? So when you're just, let's say you're facing interview, you answered some of the questions, and in between of your interview, you realized that you need this job desperately. Anyhow, कसंही करून मला हा जॉब मिळालाच पाहिजे असं कुठेतरी तुमच्या मनामध्ये आलेलं असेल. In that case, you may just start appealing to the interviewer by saying, sir, please give me this job, sir. I really need this job. So my family condition is very bad, sir. My father is not working, or there is no any income source, sir, and I have to support my family, sir. So please, sir, give me this job, and I will really just uh, do whatever you say afterwards if you give me this job, sir. So what you're doing this, you're trying to, let's say, emotional blackmail by just putting your personal and family problems here. So don't try to say, sir, my father is working in another city, sir, and because of that I need to really get this job, sir, so please give me this job. Okay, so no such things. Okay, no personal issues. Okay, no family problems, no emotional drama. Okay, no emotional blackmail. So all these things you people have to avoid, rather than you just try to prove or try to show that how you are the only candidate who is eligible for the post, how you are the right candidate, how you have those skills which are required for this post, how you have the right knowledge and skills for this particular post, so you deserve it. And if you deserve it, definitely you people are going to get this job. But don't appeal, don't request, don't bring your personal problems, family problems, and emotional blackmailing here, because it is not going to work at all. So all you people just take care of this, and accordingly you people just answer. So I'm sure that nobody's going to do this, but anywhere at any moment, if you feel that if I request, then interviewer seems a kind person, if I request him, he will offer me a job, it is not going to happen. So take care and follow this tip. Then next point, it says that don't say your past history since it is available in the CV itself. So whatever you have mentioned in your CV, that is your resume. Okay, CV means your resume. So don't try to just repeat those things which you already mentioned in that resume. But if they're asking you particularly about your qualification, if they're asking you about anything particularly question about your, let's say, hobbies, your strengths or weaknesses, or whatever things you have mentioned in the resume, but still they're asking you some questions about that, in that case you can answer it. Okay, so you need to answer to the point. First of all, try to understand which question they are just asking you, and if you understand the question, in that case answer to the point about that question. Okay, so is it okay? Are you getting it? Any difficulty about this slide? Should we go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, now these were the all tips that you people can follow before interview and during interview. So let's try to understand that what is now after interview. Okay, so after interview, your interview is finished, all question answer session is over now, and now they may say thank you for coming here and interviewing. So in that case you have to also thank the interviewer. So you can thank them at that place only when they say your interview is over, or they say thank you for coming here and interacting with us. If they're saying like this, it means that your interview is over. So thank them for calling you for the interview through a letter. So I think that no need to write a letter these days, because all communication has been taking place through the emails. So if it is possible, you can write the email, and if it is not possible, just say thank at the time of interview only. When you're leaving the interview room, that time thank the interviewer. That will be okay and simple. Then again, when you're just leaving that interview room, indicate that you look forward to hear from them. So what is meaning of you look forward? It means that you are eager, excited to get positive news of your selection. So it means that they may get your selection through mail or any letter, or usually mail. These days you people have to check your emails. Okay, so you'll receive a mail of getting selected in this particular company, that you have to mention them. So you just say, so I'm looking for a positive reply, or I'm looking forward to hear from you about my selection, something like this. You people can mention at the end of the interview. So that's all about after interview. After interview, there is not much things that you people are expected to do, and then you people have to wait for, let's say, 2, 3, 4 days or 1 week, almost sometimes 15 days also, that if there is any reply that you are going to get. Frequently check your emails, and in your email you'll find that they're just sending a mail of congratulations that you got selected, and they may attach you a job offer letter, and they may have further proceedings about joining and date of joining, and training, and all those things will be discussed afterwards. So is there any question about you as far as interview techniques are concerned? काय कोणाला शंका अडचण असेल तर विचारू शकता.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So what we people will discuss now. Next, we people have frequently asked questions. So if we prepare for this frequently asked questions, I'm sure that your 70% of interview will be ready. Okay. Your 70% interview, you people can prepare from such frequently asked questions, and whatever remaining 30% is, that 30% you people have to expect unexpected. Okay, so whatever you people are going to prepare, it can be 70%, up to 70% you can prepare from FAQs, frequently asked questions, like introduce yourself, or what are your strengths, what are weaknesses, why do you want to work with us, and so many things, what are your hobbies, and something like this. So if you prepare for such frequently asked questions, you can just become more confident about your interview. And as I told you, that what your remaining 30% you cannot expect. So here I deliberately will write expect the unexpected. So you don't know what is going to be asked in your interview. Probably it is like that. They may ask you anything, Anything means it will be part of your profession only, and not anything or not personal questions, but related to profession. But again, try to understand throughout your 4 years. Okay, how many years of your engineering? 4 years of engineering. Then how many semesters will be there? 8 semesters will be there. So in uh, each semester you just study how many subjects. Let's say minimum 5 subjects you people are going to study. So almost how many subjects you people are going to study? Literally 40 subjects you people are going to study throughout the 4 years. Okay, and out of that the question may come on any subject, any topic. So you cannot predict this. So expect the unexpected for this 30%, and try to handle. If you can guess or you can answer the question from hints and getting clues, that will be okay. And I have already told you, if you don't know really answer, you have to admit it, sir, I really don't know answer of this question, so I'm sorry. I will try to find out answer of this question and I will be ready. So this will be your statement if you really don't know the answer in that case. Okay. Just try to think about those questions. So first of all, very important and beginning of your interview. Again, you people can imagine that your interview situation. So let's imagine that you're waiting outside the interview room and now it is your turn. Okay. And you're knocking on the door and asking, may I come in, sir? And then that interviewer is going to say, yes, please come in. And then you're walking towards the interview table and you're standing in front of them so that they're asking you to have a sit. And meanwhile you're greeting, sir. You're saying good morning, sir, good afternoon, sir, good evening, sir, or something like this. And they're saying have a seat, take your seat, something like this. And you're saying thank you, sir, and you're sitting in chair. Now is the crucial time that to start the question answer session. So what do you think? Will they ask you directly any technical question, or they wanted to make you familiarize with the, let's say, person or the that interview? First of all, they will make you familiarize with this, let's say, interview process, or let's say with, you should feel relaxed. So instead of asking any technical question immediately, they may just ask you something like this: how was your day? Or instead of was, we will call it how is your day. Okay, because today it is today now, so therefore they will call it how is your day. Why this question might be asked? They may ask you that so that you feel, you should feel relaxed, and whatever the anxiety, worry, tension you people may be carrying before the start of interview, that should be passed away. So therefore they may ask you how is your day, and then what you can say if they ask you how is your day, will tell me, answer me for this question, how is your day? Hmm? Someone of you try to answer this question, how is your day?
Good, bad.
Yes, you're right, Prerna.
It's amazing.
Yes, it's amazing. Yes, you're right. So you can say, sir, it was a fine day. It's good day, sir, and it's amazing. It was really fantastic for me, sir. Or as somebody said, bad. So if there is any bad incident took place, might have that traffic was terribly jam, or you faced some problem with your bike, got punctured, or something like that. So in that case, it was really you can't just blame totally, but a little bit something that harassment was there, sir. Traffic was here a little bit hustle, sir. But otherwise it is okay, you can say. But not necessarily, no need to mention anything negative. Only mention, say, it was fine day, sir, it was amazing day, sir, it was enjoying day, sir. So something like that you people can answer. Not necessarily all interviewer may ask you this question, but if they wanted to make you familiar or relaxed, in that case you people may be faced with this question. Here you people need to understand that in interview situation we are totally strange, because you have never met the people who is taking your interview, and the person who are taking your interview, they don't know about you. So you people are meeting first time, and therefore there might be a kind of lack of I will say comfortness between you and them. So you need to create that kind of connection between you and interviewer. So immediately get connected with them. If they're asking you, be happy or wear a smile, your body language, facial expression, try to show in such a way that you are happy, eager, and then answer the questions. So this, they could ask you this question, but this is not compulsory question. They may ask you, or sometimes they may not be. Okay, but we'll go to the next question, which means tell me about yourself. So for this question, I'm sure that this is compulsory question. Okay, this is compulsory question, and when it will be asked, it will be asked in the beginning of your interview. If you're going to start your interview, that is going to start with this question. And not only this question, for this question they may ask you something else like this. Instead of just tell me about yourself, they may ask you introduce yourself. Or they may ask you tell us something about you. So they may ask you in different words, but the purpose is same, that they want some your introduction. In short, you people have to prepare for your introduction. Okay. As I told you, this is compulsory question, and I think that all you people know your answer of this question. Is there anyone who don't know your own introduction? आहे का कोणी असं की आपल्या स्वतःबद्दलची माहिती नाही, माझं नावच माहिती नाहीये मला, माझा ऍड्रेस, मी कुठे राहतो मला माहितच नाही, देन मी काय काय SSC कधी आणि कुठून कसं पास झालो माहिती नाहीये, 12th माहिती नाहीये, ग्रॅज्युएशन कुठून कम्प्लीट करतो माहिती नाहीये. इज देअर एनीबडी लाईक दिस? आहे का असं कोणी? No one will be, I'm sure. Okay, but still there is a lot of people who are hesitating. They are not able to introduce themselves in a well manner, or I will call it, they are again having difficulties as far as their introduction is concerned, because the reason is that they are not prepared and they have not expected, first of all. So they think that some students are there, like they think that I can manage only introduction now, that is quite simple, I can talk anything. Okay, so if I would like to ask you, should I take introduction? At least 4-5 students I wanted to introduce in today's class. Okay, so I will just give you details and then we'll take introduction. So at least minimum 5 students should be ready. I say minimum 5 because it is not possible to take introduction of all students, but I will take minimum 5 students introduction. So if this is compulsory question and you know the answer as well, in that case, how you are going to present it? In other exam situation, let's imagine that there is exam, not exam, online exams, but theoretical exams. In old time exams were like this. And if I tell you this is a particular question which is going to come in the exam definitely, so what you will do, you will prepare for answer and you just learn the answer same as it is, so that you can write in the exam. Here also the same thing I'm doing. I'm telling that there is compulsory question. Which question is compulsory? Tell me about yourself, or introduce yourself, or tell us something about you. This is a compulsory question. So here I'm expecting that all you should just be ready for the answer. So difference is only that in written exam, you people have to write it and you are not in front of anybody. And so you're not responsible to explain what you have written and why is it. But in interview, it is a kind of oral exam. Try to remember. In written exam, you can write anything because interviewer examiner is not in front of you. So you can write anything. If you don't know answer, even then also students write answer of 4 pages, or they may attach supplements. I have seen there are some students, they're not studying at all, but because of just their general knowledge, based on their general knowledge, these people they write all paper of 70 marks, 80 marks, 100 marks, whatever, and with supplement also, and they have not studied at all, but still they could write it. So that is different. But in oral exam, you cannot speak anything because immediately you will caught. So therefore, prepare your interview, prepare for introduction, and try to introduce yourself at number of occasions, not only for interview. At other occasions also, sometimes you might be asked to introduce yourself, maybe in your class, maybe in any event, function, or at other events also, you might be called to introduce yourself. Okay, so let's try to understand how you people can introduce in a better way. So I will just discuss a short format that can be uh, used. So first of all, you should begin with your name. So when you are going to introduce yourself, so that time you people are going to tell your name. So how to begin while telling your name? Many students call it myself Rahul. So is it right to call myself Rahul? Some students say, but I don't think this is the right way. Hmm? So nobody will call myself and your name. Hmm? So myself is not a right pronoun to introduce yourself. Rather than you can call it uh, I am and then mention your name. That will be better. Or another, you can just mention this is and then mention your name. This is something like this. Okay. uh, as far as name is concerned, I would like to tell you again, if they are just mentioning your name, so suppose that your name is something like that, Rajesh, and in question they're saying, Rajesh, tell us something about you. So in that case, again, you need not to expect to tell your name. So I am Rajesh or this is Rajesh, because they already know your name. In that case, you can avoid saying I am Rajesh or this is Rajesh, or in other way also you avoid taking your name, because already they know that your name is Rajesh. But if they have not mentioned your name, in that case you can begin like this. Then next point we people will talk, and that will be about address. So in case of address, you people can begin like this: I am from, in simple words. I'm just giving it in simple words. And then you mention your address. Okay, so many of the students, if you're just mentioning the name of your only village, it is very difficult to understand from where you are. For example, my village name is Upri. So if I say I'm from Upri, and if I have said that much, so the students or the other people or the interviewer, if he is not aware about the village Upri, where is it, and about anything, in that case, he may not understand much about it. So rather than I can say I'm from Upri, which is in Pandharpur Tehsil, district Solapur, Maharashtra, something like that. You people need to add your detailed address so that they'll come to know. If they don't know about my village Upri, they will know probably about Pandharpur. So they should know from where you are. So that you people try to mention. Another way you can just mention I hail from. So what is the meaning of I hail from? Same meaning I come from. Okay. So there also people try to mention your address here. Then next you people try to talk about your educational qualification. Okay. So in case of educational qualification, what you can talk about? You shouldn't talk about from where you completed your first standard, fifth standard, eighth standard, ninth standard. You can begin with your SSC, with your HSC, and with your graduation. And if you have any post graduation or other courses, whatever you people have completed, so try to mention I have completed my SSC from this school with this percentage, and HSC from this junior college with 90% of marks, and then I have graduated from Swaraj College of Engineering, Pandharpur, which is affiliated to Punyashlok Ahilyadevi Holkar, Solapur University, Solapur, something like that you people can add. Okay, so you can talk about this. uh, then in short, you can just mention any other things, what kind of person you are, any qualities, or if it is not, you can just talk about your family background in short. In that case, you can say we are joint family. If you're joint family, in that case, if you're nuclear family or separate family, you can mention what kind of family you people are. Then try to tell there are four members in my family: me, my elder brother, elder sister, younger brother, younger sister. I think that many of the students, they call it a big brother, big sister, small brother, small sister. So I would like to tell you that big brother and small brother is not right words. You people need to use elder brother or younger brother. If you're calling a big brother, that will show size. Big is related with size. Okay, so you shouldn't use that big or small. Apart from that, you can talk about your father. My father is a teacher. My father is a businessman. My father is farmer. My father is a driver. My father is, what your profession is there. You just try to mention it. And then you can talk about your mother as well. My mother is housewife. You can call it my mother is homemaker. Or if your mother is doing some business, something like this, you can mention my mother is a teacher, government servant, private uh, servant, or you can mention that she's also a businesswoman, or any other ways that you can just mention about that. So I think that these points people can add. Apart from that, if you wanted to add, then you people can add hobbies, or if it is necessary, you can remove also. Or you can add other points as well, because this is, I'm just giving a common format. There can be less of, and at the end you can say this is all about me. So this kind of a short introduction you people, all you people need to prepare. Okay, and as I told you that minimum 5 students to people need to give you a brief introduction. Okay, so better we'll go to the next slide. We'll just try to discuss which are these questions here. So people may get, why did you leave your previous job, and what sort of job you were looking for, what appeals to you about this job, and why do you think you would be good at this job, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, would you accept this job if it were offered to you, what do you know about this company, if you take this job how long would you stay, don't you think you may be too inexperienced, don't you think you may be too young, don't you think you may be too old. So this kind of uh, frequently asked questions, common questions will be there. So only people try to find out more, because this is whatever questions we people have taken here, they're not all. There are many more that you people can think of and prepare and try to just find out their answers. Use other sources as well, like internet, Google, or YouTube, and be ready for your interview. Every day you should learn something on your interview. Always you think, because this is the skill which is going to decide your selection or rejection. And if you're preparing from your day first, if you're preparing from today, I'm sure that when you people will be in final year and just working on your graduation, maybe working on your selection or placement, so that time these whatever preparation you people are doing from today onwards, it is going to help you a lot. So don't take it casually. All you people have to face interview someday. So why to not prepare from this time only? Okay, so we'll go to the next slide, and uh, we people will try to understand. Tell me about yourself. This is often asked question in interview. Instead of often, I will call it every interview compulsory question it is asked. And in that you can tell about your academic record, you can talk about some of your skills, you can talk about some of your qualification, talk about things you have done and jobs you have held that relate to the position you are interviewing for. So right now you don't have any experience, so you don't have any positions held, but if you any trainings or any certificate course you have done related to that, you can mention that as well. So how long you are going to give your introduction? So 2 to 3 minutes. So this is not a fixed time, but I will call in between 2 minutes to 3 minutes. People can take and try to give you introduction. Very important that prepare your written answer for this question and rehearse. Rehearse means practice. Without practice, you people are not able to give your introduction. If I decide to take introduction of all students, I'm not sure. 80% of students are not going to do well, I'm sure. So all you people just try to think, as I told you, 5 students are going to give me introduction. So those who are ready, you people can raise your hand. Who wanted to introduce? Yes, Govind, you can start. Fine. So you're taken initiative immediately. So I'm happy about your raising hand. So be confident, be bold, be active, and start your introduction. Okay, Rohan also. After Govind, Rohan will. Govind, you can start. Go ahead.
सर 2 मिनिट नंतर करतो मी.
Okay, okay. If you need 2 minutes for thinking, it's okay. Rohan, if you think you can. जर वेळ लागत असेल 2 मिनिटं लागत असतील, I will give you 5 minutes. But all you people just be active and be ready.
I will start, sir.
Hi, okay, fine, Rohan, start.
I am Rohan Navnath Surate. I am from Kasegaon. My education is I completed my SSC from Nan Prabodhini School with 90% marks, and my HSC is completed in Vivekvardhani College, Pandharpur, with 86% mark. I have a small family. My younger brother, my mother, and my father are the members. My mother is housewife and father are farmer. This is all about me. Thank you.
Okay, all right, that you've done it, Rohan. Maybe this is because this is not your job interview, so don't worry much about what you're here and there. But I will really appreciate that you people have taken initiative and you started. Uh, Start working on this, Rohan. Start working on your interview. So how you can make it better. So what you have done, really it will increase your confidence, I'm sure, and try to add some point in that. Fine. So I think that somebody also raised Priyanka or someone raised a hand. I saw just. Hi, yes, I think that you raised your hand. If you start, hi, yes, you can start, Priyanka.
Hello, I am Priyanka Jankar. I am from. I completed my 12th. Uh, I completed my 12th school junior college Mangalweda with 71 mark, 71% mark. And I completed my SSC from Sharad Nagar High School. Complete, sir.
Okay. Nice attempt, Priyanka. But just to be prepared, a little bit preparation is required. And I'm sure that if you prepare, maybe next time you can do better than this. Then we'll go for Diksha.
Yes, sir. I am Diksha Sasani. I am from Pune. I have completed my SSC from Pune with 86%, and I have completed my HSC with 79%, and I have uh, early.
I think there is network issue, Diksha. We are not able to get you properly, but it's fine. We could not hear you properly. Maybe you're doing it nice. Yes, Pooja.
Hello, sir. I am Pooja Sahibrao Shinde. I am living in Anavli, which is situated 4 to 5 kilometers from our college. I passed my 10th standard from DHK Prashala Pandharpur, and I passed my 12th standard from KBP College Pandharpur. And
Okay, if you're done, that is okay. We need to add again some points. You need to find out other information as well, that after that maybe you can add some short-term goals, long-term goals, family background, or hobbies, etc. You can add it later on. So Govind, are you ready now?
Yes, sir.
Hi, yes.
I am Pawar Govind Naneshwar. I am basically from Goti. I have completed SSC at NESG College Goti with 78% marks. I have completed 67 marks in HSC. My family is small family and one elder brother. My father is a farmer and my mother is a housewife. This is all about me.
Okay, fine, nice. So I think that 5 students are done. Sanskriti, okay, we'll take Sanskriti now last. Yes, Sanskriti, go ahead.
Hi, yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sanskruti Sanjay Kadam. I am from Barshi, from Solapur district. I have completed 10th standard at Barshi with 89 percentage and HSC with 81 percentage. Now I have from small family. There are 4 members in my family: my mother, father, and my younger brother, and me. My father is a farmer, and my mother is a housewife. And at now this stage, I am a student of engineering college, Pandharpur, with CSC branch. Thank you.
Okay, all right. I think that Nikita also wanted to. If you want Nikita, you can also.
Yes, sir. Hello, I am Nikita Kar from Eklaspur. I have completed SSC in English School Mangalwada with 78% marks, and also I have completed HSC in English School Mangalwada with 89% marks. In my family, 6 members. My mother is housewife. My father is farmer. I have elder brother and younger sister. I have also an overseas.
Okay, all right. Again, this is a very nice attempt. I'm sure that it happens first time. All you people are not speaking English, I'm sure, every day. So this is first time we people are trying to give our introduction, and sometimes it happens. But still, I'm very happy that all you people are trying it very nicely, and you people expressing your views about you. Suggestion will be like this: that you don't stay here. Just try to find out where you are exactly. Are you able to give your introduction properly? If you think you're right, or if it is not right, then you need to strive it for better. And what mentioned here, all you people are going to write 1-page introduction. Prepare your own introduction, what you can add and what you cannot add. All you people will search today how to introduce yourself on Google or on internet or on YouTube, and you're going to make a best answer for this question, and you are going to practice this question. Always think, always keep in your mind, when I'm going to introduce myself, I'm going to add these things. And when you will be finally ready, or when you are going to finally you are going to give introduction in interview, that time you will feel very uh, comfortable to give your introduction, because giving our own introduction is also not comfortable for many people, many students also. So I wanted to make people feel comfortable when you are going to give introduction. Okay, so is it clear for everyone? Any question? क्या अड़चन? Is there any difficulty, problem about introduction? बाकीच्या कोणाला काही प्रश्न वगैरे आहेत का? If no, then we will go to the next slide to discuss another question. Okay, no reply, no questions, fine. So we'll go to the next slide. So next question can be like this: what do you think you do be good at this job? Yes, जर तुम्हाला हा जॉब मिळाला, तर या जॉब मध्ये तुम्हाला काय वाटतं की तुम्ही जास्त चांगलं करू शकाल? So this is a kind of typical question which is asked to you, what do be good at this job? म्हणजे everybody wants this job. तुम्हाला जर जॉब मिळाला तर तुम्ही चांगलं काय कराल? So this is a kind of question which means like this. So you people can answer like this. The best is to say general and say something like a job where I love to work, like the people can contribute more to the company. So first of all, this kind of statement, I love to work. Okay. So whatever you want to do, it should be your passion. Passion means that if you like the work, there is no any kind of burden, pressure, tension, or a lot of challenges that you need to face. No, if you love to work, I'm sure that you will enjoy it. Nobody will feel that I'm just carrying a heavy burden. Going to job means a lot of difficulties and tension for people, but for you it will not be like this. For going a job, that you people are like feeling that you're going on a trip, or you're just going on any let's say picnic, something like this, because you love your work. If you love your job, I'm sure that all your entire life will be happy, and it will not be a pressure and burden for you. So you can say like this: a job where I love to work. Then like the people, which people? The people who are at workplace, the people who are your co-workers, about them, and can contribute more to the company. So through your work, through your skills and talents, you are going to add your knowledge and experience, and it will be helpful, contribute to company more. You're giving your efforts, you're just working, and you are just helping to increase the profit of the company. That is contribution. Okay, so can contribute more to the company. So you think that you can do good. काय काय चांगलं करू शकता? Love to work, then like the people who are at workplace, and you can contribute more to the company. So this can be one perspective. Another perspective you can answer like this: a job which is challenging, a job which gives me opportunities to prove knowledge and skills. Okay, so something, if you're getting this job, you're feeling this job is challenging, and this job is going to give opportunities of what? Opportunities to prove your knowledge and your skills. So you think that if you get this job, you'll be good at these things. Okay, so this is about this question. You people can prepare. Then next, what appeals to you about this job? Okay, so what appeals to you about this job? म्हणजे असं का वाटतं की हा जॉब मला मिळायला पाहिजे, असं का वाटतं? देर आर अदर कॅन्डिडेट्स ॲज वेल, पण मलाच हा जॉब मिळायला पाहिजे असं का वाटतं? So why you want to get this job? You want to get the job to achieve through heights, and also to learn, work hard, and quench my thirst of knowledge in the related field which I am going to work. So for these reason you want to get this job. का घ्यायचा आहे हा जॉब? का मिळवायचा आहे? Achieve through heights means you want to become successful, you want to achieve excellence, you wanted to go high, and learn, important, शिकायचे, work hard, मेहनत करायचे, quench my thirst of knowledge means माझी ज्ञानाची तहान भागवायची, something like this, in the related field. And related field can be any which you have chosen your branch. It can be from civil, can be CSE, can be mechanical, can be electrical, or any other field, telecommunication, something like this. So that you can answer. Or you people can also think that to be unique in decision making skills. So what is mean by to be unique in decision making skills? It means that when you people are going to be just into process, if you understand the scenario or the working structure of any organization, it is like this pyramid. Okay, so at the base of this pyramid, all employees are working. Okay, so when you get selected, you are going to work at this level. At later level, there are going to be, let's say, team leaders or supervisors. Okay, then at later stage there are going to be, let's say, managers. Okay, at a later stage there is going to be CEO. Okay, or that's called MD, or there's that managing director or body, something like this. So here is the person who are working at this stage, they're decision makers. Okay, and you're saying to be unique in decision making skills in the future, so you are going to join here, and in the future you are going to work at this place. Okay, and for this reason you would like to work, you want to get this job. So something like that you people can answer. Okay, so that appeals you to get this job, or answer can be different. This is one typical answer. This is typical answer, but it is not only answers. Your answer can be different. Your answer can be different. You can think of your own why you want to get this job. That will be your again thinking and imagination. So you can be again creative and you can think other answer as well. Okay, so we will take attendance and we are going to stop here today. So let me tell absent roll numbers for today's class. Roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16 is not there. So 16 absent. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. 42 is also not there. Then 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51 is not there. 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64 is not there. 65, 66, 67 is not there, and 68 is there. So absent numbers for today's class are like this. Roll number 16 absent, 42 absent, 51 absent, 64 absent, 66 and 67 absent. All other are present. Is it clear? Anybody is present out of these absent numbers? Is it clear? Attendance. So should we stop here? Should I end this meeting from my side?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. We'll meet in next class.